Good morning everyone. I am Dr. Preeti Khulbe and I am here to present pilot plant scale up technique topic in front of you all. So the learning objective of this topic is upon completion of this unit, the student will be able to learn about the various introduction methods as well as method of scale up. Introduction, we have also discussed the introduction in our last class. Okay, after that you will also came to know about various points which are related to the pilot plant, various techniques which are used in the pilot plant and scale up. Along with that, GMP consideration related to the scale up technique you will be learn in this topic. So GMP is good manufacturing practices. Learning outcome is on successful completion of this unit, the students will be able to learn about need of scale up, why scale up is important. This we have also discussed in our first first lecture, previous lecture. So you can also go through that lecture for the detail. So need of scale up you will learn in this topic, as well as pilot plant of various doses forms. Different doses forms are there. You know that there are solid doses form, there are liquid doses form, there are multiple dose, semi solid doses form, there are many doses form. So pilot plant scale up of various doses form you will learn in this topic. Other than that, advantages and disadvantages of scale up techniques will also learn in this unit. Okay, yeah. So here now the next slide, we are starting the next topic, that is the general consideration related to the pilot plant scale up, or we can say group responsibility related to the pilot plant scale up. This we will discuss in today's slide. So in last class we have discussed in detail about the pilot plant and scale up. We have discussed that pilot plant scale up is something, the step or the technique which we are using to transfer the formula from the laboratory scale to the large scale, that is manufacturing scale. So that is known as your pilot plant scale up. And scale up and pilot plant are two different things. This also we have discussed in our last lecture. We have discussed that if we want to transfer any formula in the R&D scale, first we have to make any formula in the R&D scale, then from the R&D scale we have to transfer it into for the large scale manufacturing. For example, we have discussed the examples also in our last lecture, that if we can if we are using if we are preparing a formula for the tablet, for example, so in the R&D scale we only make formula for the 100 or 1000, maximum 1000 tablets, because it is in the R&D scale, right? So abhi kya hai, research age is that. So in the during the research we cannot make large batches, because it is a research, and research is always on the basis of hit and trial. So if the formula is not proper, so we have to destroy all the tablets, all the formulation which we have prepared. So until the formula is optimized, we have to take the small batches only. So in the R&D we always take small batches. So from the R&D, if we want to transfer, now here in R&D we have made only the 100 or 1000 tablets, but when our formula comes into the market, we have to prepare the thousands of lakhs of tablets. For this, maybe there may be a change in the formula. For that multiple fold increase in the capacity or batch size. So for this we have to change it. We have to optimize the formula again for the large manufacturing procedure. So for this large manufacturing procedure, formula optimization is always done in the middle of it, that is in the laboratories. After the laboratory scale there is a there is a scale up, or we can say there is a pilot plant. Now what is the difference between pilot plant and scale up? Pilot plant and scale up are both both things are interrelated. That's why we are saying pilot plant scale up, because these are interrelated, but this is not same actually. The difference is the formula which we have prepared in the R&D, is optimized in the pilot plant, and that optimized formula which we have optimized for the large scale, will use that formula in the scale up. So scale up is basically when we are using the pilot plant formula for the large scale manufacturing, that is the scale up. Okay, so we have also discussed that there are multiple advantages and disadvantages of scale up, like if you are if you are changing the formula. So if there is a need of any specific equipment, you can also modify it, you can modify the formulation, you can modify anything, you can do corrections, we can say, in the formula also, but you cannot change the whole formula. This you have to keep in your mind, that you don't have to, you have not permission to change the whole formula, you just have to correct it. Okay, because what we have to do is, if we are changing the complete formula, then again we have to perform the R&D studies. Okay, so because after the R&D studies it will come to the pilot plant, so you can correct it but not completely change it. Okay, yeah. So this is what the we are discussing about the pilot plant. So this is the pilot plant and scale up, and in detail we have discussed the introduction in our last video, so you can go into that and you can check out the video. Yes, so now the topic is general consideration or group responsibilities in the pilot plant scale up. So the first one is reporting responsibility. So if we go for the reporting responsibility, so there are two things. One is the R&D group with separate staffing, and second one is the formulator who develop the product, can take into the production and can provide support even after transition into production has been completed. Okay, so basically the reporting responsibility, because we know that the formula is transferred from the R&D to the formulator, so the responsibility of the formula optimization of the pilot plant scale up is, both the parties are involved. So R&D is also there, as well as the formulator is also there for the formulator responsibility is also there, we can say, for the for the pilot plant scale up. Okay, yeah. So second one is personal requirement. So you can see the slide here. You can see one person is doing the we can say manufacturing of the formulation, involved in the manufacturing of formulation. So this is a picture from the company inside, and I have taken this picture from the internet. So you can see here. So what are the personal requirement in the in the pilot plant? So we can say that personals or the peoples are always required in the company. It may be less or more as per the automation of the automation of the that your machines, but the requirement of personals should not be avoided. Now the scientists with experience in pilot plant operation as well as in actual production area are the most preferable. So the most preferable persons which are there for the for the pilot plant is always the scientists with the experience. So scientists which are having the experience of pilot plant will only be taken for the pilot plant scale up of any formulation. Now as they have to understand the intent of the formulator as well as understand the perspective of the production person, because you know that in pilot plant the most skilled person is required in the pilot plant, because he have to he have to we can say balance both the things, like formulator he have to take it in his mind that we have to send this formula to the large scale manufacturing where the very large capacity of equipments are there. Or similarly he has to keep in mind that in the R&D scale he has to pass this formula or correct this formula or modify this formula so that it won't be go again into the R&D. मतलब R&D से ही आया है और तो R&D के फॉर्मूले को उसको पास भी करना है and he has to transfer it into the formulator also for the large manufacturing. So he has to consider both the things. So the scientists which are involved in the pilot plant scale up, or we can say the persons which are involved in the pilot plant scale up, should be skilled and well experienced person. Now the group should have some personal with engineering knowledge, as well as scale up also involves engineering principles. Knowledge of computers and electronics are there also. Okay, so because this in this process the optimization or modification is involved. Not only the modification or optimization of formula, but also the optimization and modification of equipments are there. So the persons which are there also have an engineer, that is which should have the engineering knowledge, or which should have the knowledge about the plant layout, because you may also require to change the plant as well. Okay, so modify, we can say, not change. And you can also modify the equipments also. So engineer should be there, or the person is having the engineering knowledge should be there. They should know the engineering principles well as they should know about the knowledge about the computers and electronics should also be there, because if we need certain automation type of things, so we should know about the computers as well as electronics. We should know if we if we require this type of thing. Yeah. The next is the space requirement. Now we have discussed about the we have discussed about the responsibility requirement. We have discussed about the personal requirement. We have now the third one is the space requirement. Obviously in any kind of formulation we cannot ignore the space, because space, if there is no space there is no work. So for the physical work done we should have the proper space. Okay, so there are 4 types of spaces which we can see, or which we can consider in the pilot plant scale up. First one is the administration and information processing. So in each and every place, in each and every manufacturing company, or in each and every R&D pilot plant, any place, there should be some administration work. So we have to pass some space related to the administration and information processing. There should be one space which is only for the administration work. Either it is a documentation related to raw material purchase, related to the finished product discharge or dispatch. So many things, many administration related works are there. So you should there should be some space for the administration and information processing. Okay. Yeah, next is the physical testing. So in physical testing area, we know that we are optimize the formula in the pilot plant scale up. So there should be even many physical testing required between the process. So we should specifically assign an area for the physical testing. Okay, for example, if we are doing we are taking a very simple example of tablet. If we are manufacturing a tablet, so we need to do some physical testing there. So for this, where the tablet punching machine is there, we should also keep the we should also keep the friability tester, the diameter and all, vernier calipers and all, as well as the weighing balance. We should require all these things nearby the tablet compression machine, because we have to do the physical testing. We have to check the friability during the compression. We have to check the weight variation. We have to check the measurements, like physical measurements of the tablet, the shape of the tablet, the dimensions of the tablet. So we required the physical testing area in the placed nearby the manufacturing area. Okay. The third is the standard equipment floor space. So obviously we need the floor space for the equipments. Either any type of formulation is there, there should be some equipments. For example, in case of tablet, we should have the blender, we should have the dryer, we should have the granulator, we should have the compression machine, tablet compression machine, we should have the coating machine, we should have the polishing machine. So, and packaging mein there are lots of equipments required, so we should have the proper space for the equipment. So if we need something, if we need the space, if we talk the about the space related to the pilot plant, so the standard equipment floor space should be required. Okay. Last but not the least, storage area. Storage area, or we can say quarantine area, we should require for the pilot plant scale up places, because if we purchase the raw material, we have to store it in some place. Then we have to, if we compress the tablet again, we have to store it for some time before the packaging. Then packaging mein we have to store it. So in each and every stage, after each and every stage, we require the storage area. Either it is the raw material, either it is the granulation in case of tablet, either it is the mixture of sugar syrup in case of liquid dosage form. It is anything, we can say, a compressed tablet, coated tablet, packaged material. Jab tak till then it will release, so we have to store the packaged material also. And specifically for the stability studies, we have to store our formulation. Okay. So a storage area is equally important. Okay. So we have the space required. We should require the 4 type of space essentially. First one is administration and processing, second one is physical testing area, third one is the standard equipment floor space, fourth one is the storage area. Okay. So you can see here. Yeah. Administration area, physical testing area, standard equipment area. Now think, what are the requirement? Okay, you have to think all these things and then write. You have to understand all these things, then write. Okay, so administration and processing area, you think that why the space requirement is there. Okay, then write it down on your copy, that administration and processing mein these are the requirements of administration and processing. Okay. After that, physical testing area, yes, write down the physical testing. Now what are the physical testing which are required? So yes, write it down. Then standard equipment floor space, just write it down. Yes, what type of formulation we are designing, what type of floor space we are needing, what type of equipments we should need in this formulation. Okay. And last but not the least, storage area. We have discussed the requirement, the things which are necessary for the storage area. Okay, stability studies, there are multiple areas, multiple things which are there for the storage area. Okay, so that's why I said that space requirement we can't be avoided, because if there is no space, there is no work. अगर आपके पास administration की space नहीं होगी, if you don't have the space for the physical testing, if you don't have the space for the equipment, if you don't have the space for the storage area, so you cannot do the pilot plant scale up. Okay, so that along with the responsibility, along with the person, along with the space requirement is also equally important. Okay. Yeah, so next is the administration and processing, information processing. We have also discussed about it, but again, I will explain you. So, adequate office and desk space should be provided for both scientists and technicians. So, if you want to, do certain, paperwork, so you should require the space. So, we have discussed this. So, administration and information processing space is required. The space should be adjacent to the working area. Okay, so the working area, where is your working area, there only the administration and information processing space is required. Okay, for example, for this you need a computer, so where your tablets are compressing, where your formulation are, your liquid dose form are preparing, so they are nearby it only the administration and information processing area should be there. The next is the physical testing area. So physical testing area is, this area should provide the permanent bench top space for routinely used physical testing equipment. So here you can see in an office there is a physical testing area required. It is physical testing area is also like this, that you have to keep all the testing equipment there. Okay, for example, in QC department in the company, this is called the testing area, where the IR you have to perform, you have to perform the HPLC, you have to find out the assay by using the UV electroscopy. So this type of thing you need to place in your physical testing area. So that's why the permanent bench top is required for it. Next is the standard pilot plant equipment floor space. So floor space is required. We have discussed that floor space is also important. So discrete pilot plant spaces where the equipment needed for manufacturing all types of dosage forms is located. Intermediate sized and full scale production equipment is essential in evaluating the effects of the scale up of research, formulation and process. The equipments used should be made portable where the wherever possible, so that after use it can be stored in small storerooms. Space for the cleaning of the equipment should be also provided. Okay, so not only the equipment space, but also the cleaning of the equipment space is equally important for this. And the intermediate size or full size scale production equipment are essentially placed we should place during in that place. Okay, storage area or the quarantine area, we have discussed it should have two areas divided. Yes, this is very important thing actually, where the in any pharmaceutical company, either it is the research department, either it is the pilot plant scale up department, or it is the manufacturing department, all should have, there are two areas, two storage area, that is storage area divided into two areas. One is the approved section, another one is the unapproved section. Because approved section, which is approved by the company, for example, you have purchased certain raw material from one company, so first it is when it reaches to your company, it will always place in one area which is known as unapproved area. Okay, then after the receiving of that material, the company has took the company will take the sample from there, from these material, and then these samples will be sent to the QC department or testing department for the testing. After the testing results, that for example you have purchased some paracetamol drug, okay, so because it is a powder form, so white color powder, so you can't judge by just seeing or by just seeing the report on that containers that this is paracetamol, so you have to confirm it first, right? Okay, so till then it is confirmed from the company, it it will be stored in the unapproved department. Then after certain time, when the QC tested it and it get approved by the QC department of that company, then it will issue a letter of approved. Then there is a level of the containers is changed to unapproved to the approved, and it will shift it to the approved area. Okay, so there should be two areas, one is approved area and another one is unapproved area, right? Yes, either it is active ingredient or it is even it is in the case of inactives also. Okay, so now different areas should provided for the storage of in process materials, finished bulk products from the pilot plant, and materials from the experimental scale up batches made in the production. Okay, storage areas for the packaging materials should also be provided. So this we have already discussed that either in process area hai, for example we have prepared the granules and we have to punch it, but abhi kya hamari punching machine mein koi दूसरा product चल रहा है, तो we have to keep the your granules for some time, so we can place it for some time, so we can see it. Okay, so again we require the storage area for this finished product के लिए we have discussed, we have compressed the tablet and अभी उसकी क्या है packaging नहीं हुई है, packaging material नहीं है, so we need certain storage area for this also. Okay, now after that this finished product really we require this. Now storage area, after the storage of after the packaging also, जब तक material हमारे यहाँ से left out नहीं हो जाता तब तक हमको उसको store करना होता है. So we need storage area during the pilot plant, during the finished product, during the in process material, etc. Okay, so this area is very important. Yeah. Now review of the formula is the next step. So through a thorough review of the each aspects of formulation is very important. We should thoroughly review all the aspects of the formulation. The purpose of each ingredient and its contribution to the final product manufactured on the small scale laboratory equipment should be understood. So we should understood that what is the need of that particular ingredient and why we need this. Okay, so small scale to laboratory में transfer करने का why we need this, because maybe there may be some changes, there may be we can change the formulation, we can change certain ingredient because of its nature. So we have to review each and every ingredient in the formulation during the pilot plant scale up. Okay, then the effect of scale up using the equipment that may subject the product to stresses of different types and degrees can more readily be predicted or recognized. Okay, so we have to check all these things in the review of the formula. Yes. Next is the raw materials. One purpose responsibility of the pilot plant is the approval and validation of the active ingredient and excipients raw materials. Now why the this responsibility of approval and validation of active ingredient and this is required? Because raw materials used in the small scale production can't necessarily be representative for the large scale. This is very important thing. ये ज़रूरी नहीं है, it is not necessary कि जो आपकी thing the ingredient which you are taking for the small scale is also suitable for the large scales. Number one thing, maybe there are two ingredients which are having the same effect, okay, but the cost of A ingredient is very less than the cost of B ingredient. Okay, and you have used the B ingredient in your R&D. So what will happen if the B ingredient which is having the more cost, if you will make the large scale production with this B ingredient, so ultimately it will increases the cost of your product. Okay, so we can change it by the A ingredient because the A and B both are having the similar effects. so that the approval of active and excipients is very very important. Okay, so that's why it is not always necessary कि आपका जो you have your small scale production raw material is equally important for the large scale production. Now ingredients may change in particle size, shape and morphology, which results in different in the bulk density, static charges, rate of solubility and flow properties, etc., colors, etc. So this is again the important thing. As we have discussed, A and B are same, but this should be there that if we are replacing certain ingredient with the other, so you should check all these things, because there may be the ingredient are having the same category ingredient is there, but what will happen, maybe there is a change in the static charges, there is a rate in the solubility. So if the rate in the rate of solubility is differ, what will happen, your whole formulation you may change the whole formulation. Okay, so you have to check it, right? Okay, so yeah, so color may be different, maybe first formulation, the first ingredient you have checked, you have used is having no color, and second ingredient having the same things but the color is different, and there may be the in the final formulation no color compatibility is there, because color is equally important for the formulation, right? So yeah, so all these things you should consider. Next is the equipment. So the most economical and the simplest and efficient equipment which are capable of producing products within the proposed specifications are used. So economical and simple equipments we should focus on, but if we need we can modify it. The size of the equipment should be such that the experimental trials run should be relevant to the production size batches. If the equipment is too small, the process developed will not scale up, whereas if the equipment is too big, then the wastage of the expensive active ingredients, we need to focus on the equipment also. Equipment should be easy to clean, equipment should be timely cleaning, we will consider, we should consider if the equipment should not be very big as well as too small, and the size of the equipment is relevant to the production size. So all these things you should consider while you are designing the equipment. Now the production rate. So the immediate the immediate as well as the future market trends requirements are considered while determining the production rate. So when you are designing the production rate, you are thinking of, so you should think of the future. अभी ये नहीं कि आज हमारी production rate कितनी है, आज से अगर हम market में आएगा तो उसके बाद production rate कितनी है. So you should always think for the future in this. Okay, now process evaluation. So there are certain parameters which are there for the process evaluation. So order of mixing of components, it may it may change the certain characteristic of the formulation, mixing speed, mixing time, heating and cooling rate, filter size in case of liquid, screen size in case of solid, drying temperature and drying time, rate of addition of granulating agents, solvents and solutions of the drug. So all these are the process parameters, which are process evaluation parameters, which are critical parameters which we should consider while formulation. You can see it properly. So next is why to carry out process evaluation. So the knowledge of the effects of various processes parameters, as few mentioned are mentioned were from the basics of process optimization validation. The purpose of process validation is to confirm that the selected manufacturing procedures assure the quality of the products at various critical stages in the processes and in finished formulation. So that's why the process evaluation is important. Now, master manufacturing processes. So there are three important aspects related to the master manufacturing procedure. First one is the weight sheet. Weight sheet will always be maintained properly. Second is the processing directions. It should always be given in the written form as well as the manufacturing procedures. So manufacturing procedures are always given in the step by step way in the written form in proper documentation. Okay, so master manufacturing procedure and MFP is this, the three important components. Okay, so weighing sheet, there should be like all the ingredients and its weights are written. Then processing directions should be written, like किसको कितने टाइम तक हीट करना है, क्या करना है. Next is manufacturing procedure, step by step manufacturing procedure with the equipments are given, and the capacity of equipments are also given in the master manufacturing procedure. Next is the master manufacturing procedure. The weighing sheet should clearly identify the identify the chemical requirements in a batch to prevent confusion. The names and identifying NOS for the ingredients should be used on the batch records. The process direction should be precise and explicit. The manufacturing procedure should be written by the by the actual operator actually. Various specifications like addition rates, mixing time, mixing speed, heating, cooling rate, temperature, storing of the finished product, samples should be mentioned in the batch record directions. So this is the master manufacturing record. Yes, these are the references. So in last video also I have given you some references. Similarly, the references are also there. All references are having the matter related to the pilot plant. You can also search for the different journals related to the pilot plant. You can go for the any books. There are multiple books also related to the pilot plant study. So hope you understand today's topic related to pilot plant. And if you have any query, you can go for the first video because it has the all the introductory part is there in that. And if you want the detailed one, then you should see the next video. Yes. Now the objective questions related to this. So first question is, which is not a part of space requirement in the pilot plant? Either it is administration, physical testing area, storage area and building area. So you know that administration we discuss it is required, we discuss the physical testing area required, we discuss the storage area, then billing area is not there. So billing area is there in the administration department only, right? Yeah. Now it is true about the pilot plant physical testing area, which is true. Okay, provide the permanent bench top space, movable bench tops are necessary. No requirement of the bench top or equipments need to be shift time to time. What is there? What is the answer? Yes, the answer is A. That is, it is true about the pilot plant physical testing area that it provides the permanent bench top. Okay, we have discussed that all the equipment we should place there, right? Yeah. Next is MFR is optimized for scale up in pilot plant, R&D, F&D or production. Pilot plant is the right answer. MFR, master formula record. This we have also discussed in our last video, right? Now, how many areas are there in storage? So the answer is 2, 3, 4 or 5. There are 2 areas. One is unapproved area, second one is approved area. Next is the BMR and BPR is prepared in pilot plant, scale up, F&D or R&D, it's a scale up, okay, and pilot plant mein MFR is prepared. Next is in pilot plant the review of formula um, review of formula not included, review of each aspects of formulation, purpose of each ingredients, effect of scale up using equipment validation, which is required. So the answer is D. Okay, equipment validation. So in pilot plant, the review formula is not included, the equipment validation. Now what is MFR? Master formula record is a document containing manufacturing information. Yes, it is right. A processing equipment? No, it is not a processing equipment. Validation procedure? No, it's not a validation procedure. Team of audit? Yes. No, sorry, no, it's not a team of audit. So it is a document which containing all the information related to the manufacturing. Next is, in pilot plant processes evaluation include except, कौन सा इवैल्यूएशन नहीं करना होता है? टेम्परेचर, स्क्रीन साइज, मिक्सिंग स्पीड और कॉस्ट. या all these things are important except the cost. Okay, so the answer is cost का नहीं करना होता है, except cost. All these things are included in the pilot plant process. Now the 5 M's in the pilot plant definition does not include. So this question we have also discussed in our last video, that there are, and answer is also there in the first video, but it is important, that's why I have incorporated here also. So in the definition of pilot plant, the 5 M's are not included the management. Okay, the money is there, the man is there, the material is there, other two are there, but not the management. Okay. Last question, which is not true about the pilot plant. It is used for saving the loss of money in large scale production, used to improve the stability of the product. Not included. Okay, not true about. Yes, both are true, right? In this, critical parameters are tested and reported. True. This is the next step after the scale up. It is not true. Okay, it is the previous step after the scale up. Okay, so D is the not true answer. So yeah, this is all about the pilot plant scale up. Thank you so much. You can see that we have discussed this pilot plant scale up technique. We have discussed learning objective, learning outcome. We have discussed in this lecture, actually basically we have discussed about the general consideration. First, reporting responsibility, second one is personal requirement, third is space requirement. We have discussed the administration and information area. We have discussed the testing, physical testing area. We have discussed the pilot plant floor space, storage area, review of formula. We have discussed about the raw materials, equipment requirement, production rate. We have discussed the process parameters or process evaluation, the critical parameters, why to carry out the process evaluation. This we have discussed about the master manufacturing procedure, in detail about master manufacturing procedure, and all the objective questions we have discussed related to. Okay, so thanks for watching.